Where's my stream? Come on. There we go. Okay. Perfect. So, this is my first time playing the Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable. Why does it need to know the time? That's what I want to know. Why is that relevant to know what time it is? Okay, so it's 5:49. It looks like creepy. Okay. Oh, PM. PM. How do I change it to PM? Okay, I guess it's 5:49 in the morning. Because I don't know how to change it to PM. Great. Oh my god. Okay, now it's 5:50. How's this go?
Frog.
Hello, Just a Boy. Welcome. How are you doing? Hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time.
Yo.
Go ahead. Pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Hello to you, Fish Food. Welcome. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Well, thank you. By the way, the reason why it's saying, boot it up again, I did technically play this game for, 30 minutes with my brother a couple weeks ago, but I don't think that really counts. So, if first time playing is clickbait, then I apologize. Oh, look! Look, I have a face now! I'm here. I'm not just in a dark... I am in a dark room. I'm just like a floating head. But I'm here. And oh my god, 4 people watching. Hello, everyone. Alright, begin game. Oh, back to darkness. I should really get a light. I have 5 people watching. I have viewers again? What's going on? Hello, everyone. I should get a webcam light, but, it's hard. I don't know. I could also just turn on a light
This
in
is
my
the
room.
story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427
We'll get the light.
and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Thanks.
This is what employee 427 did every day of
Heads
every
back.
month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
Uh-oh.
Something
I
he
am
would
here.
never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the
from Referee
monitor for
Debater.
him to follow. No one had showed up to give him
After
instructions,
debates.
call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, now we're controlling Stanley, employee number 427. I'm going to quickly turn off text-to-speech because for this game the narration is very important and I don't want to... It's not that I find the messages annoying at all. It's just that for the sake of the gameplay, it's easier if I turn off text-to-speech. Comments to speech. Off. Okay. Hello, just a boy. Hello, Chia's Fish Food. Hello, the strongest. I'm here. Awesome. Mark from Regressive. What? After decades? Hello, the strongest. Climb the tray. Climb the chair. Do a chat box. I can't do a chat box. You have to understand, streaming on a PlayStation 4 without like a PC like capture card thing is very limiting with what you can do. I trust me, I would have had a chat box years ago.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's the meeting room? Like I said, I did play this game technically once for half an hour with my brother a couple weeks ago, but I don't think that really counts as like a first genuine
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna go to the door on my right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
You're damn
Perhaps
right.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
It
It had
is.
really been worth the detour after all,
It
just to
had been.
spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Drinking it all in. Alright. Now what?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
How long can I
A
stay here
room
for?
so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
It is a nice
Really
painting.
worth it.
Nice water. So if anyone watching doesn't
At this
know this
point,
game,
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
so as you can see, we're alone in an office. I'm Stanley, employee number 427, and this guy is narrating
Stanley sat
everything I'm
around
doing.
waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Yeah, this game is very funny. There's a lot of different endings. You basically just walk around, and there's a lot. It can get chaotic, pretty chaotic, pretty fast.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Okay, I guess we can stick to the story. Oh, hello, Caleb. I knew I recognized your profile picture, but I don't know. Did you change your username just now? You have a, no, I have, he's older. But yes, I have a brother. Hello, Unknown Streams. I was hoping for Rocket League. Ugh, I've done my fair share of Rocket League. Yeah, I've played this. Go back to the start. No, that's no fun.
And so he detoured
7
through the
people
maintenance
watching.
section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
It is nice not having text-to-speech being spammed in my ear every 2 seconds, I will say. Nice and quiet.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a
Tips for
wave
not
of
getting
disbelief, Stanley decided to
Talk
go
less,
up to
do
his
unbelievably
boss's
amazing
office,
work all the
hoping
time
he
every
might
day.
find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside of you, take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers, resent coworkers for not whatever. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some awesome. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Okay, great. Number of slides on this slide. Charts and slides. Amazing. Okay, I was not paying attention to what he wanted us to do, but...
Coming to a
Let's go
staircase,
downstairs.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What if I walk downstairs?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
Exactly.
All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Exactly.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
That is strange.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Whoa.
Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually
Is this my life now?
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield.
Okay.
And it too appeared. It was so much fun.
Why is it...
Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
Oh, okay.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
It's getting kind of creepy.
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
That's strange.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
Oh.
How could it be? Was
Then
Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
Is this it?
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that?
Exactly.
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Oh God, I'm scared.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
I'm scared. Is there going to be a jump scare?
Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
I don't think it's that kind of game.
Dream. I wish it to be over.
Me too.
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Uh-oh.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss.
Creepy.
I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. Okay, this escalated a
This
little.
is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Oh, thanks, woman. Is that it? Is that the ending? Okay. There's like 50 endings, apparently. So, we ain't done yet, buckaroos. I don't know why I said that. Is anyone even watching? What's up, chat?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh yes, we are
Stanley
back.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You're dying? Love that.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sorry, let me pause so I can read chat. I'm dying, I am waiting. We want Rocket League. I don't think anyone else wants Rocket League. I don't even want Rocket League. I streamed Rocket League for quite a while, and I'm kind of bored of it. Hello, Liv C. I'm watching Hee Hee Backroom Halves. Yeah, it is. Welcome to the stream.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'll stream Rocket League eventually.
Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Fine.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might find coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Can I open that? Nope. Alright. This is a nice office. Over here. 6 people
Stepping
watching.
into his
Hello,
manager's
everyone.
office.
Sorry, I'm pausing the game. Hello, Sans. I'm just waiting to get jump scared. I don't know why, but I feel like it's gonna happen. Yeah, it's one of the games where like you feel like you're gonna get jump scared, but then you never do. But I don't know if there's any jump scares. This is basically my first time playing it. Do you play Strongest Battlegrounds yet? No, I did not. There's a lot of games I need to play.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Is he gonna say it? Oh.
2845.
2, 8.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Definitely
Amazing.
sheer luck.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Hello? Oh, my face cam's completely dark. Awesome. Lovely. Oh, there I am. Oh, okay. Alright, let's go down. Are you guys excited? I'm excited. I literally just turned the brightness up on my iPad all the way up so I have some light during these blackouts.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm sure it's nothing. You missed the funniest part of the game. If you go into the closet and wait there, the narrator gets pissed. I mean, I can play this game like 50 times with all the like different endings. Like I've got to do everything all at once. Calm down. This game is pretty funny. Yeah, my brother said I should get it, so I got it, and then we played it for like 20 minutes, and then I had to go. And so this is basically my first time playing it. Yeah, it is funny. I'm enjoying it so far.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Probably not. I just want to go home. Okay, oh, we go this way. How's everyone doing in chat? How's everyone doing? 5 people watching.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true
Holy
nature
balls.
revealed. Each bore the number of an
427, there I am.
employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yay! Freedom's overrated. I'm sure that won't get taken out of context at all. Anyways, what's this do?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No.
Oh.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
I can't
His
accept
own
it.
life in someone else's control?
Never!
It was
Yeah.
unthinkable.
Unthinkable.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Probably. Freaking
But
Stanley,
here was
man.
the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Mind control is idle, awaiting input. This game has more than 50 endings. Yeah, I know. I never checked the stream replay. How did Undertale do, with no swearing work out? I swore once. I can't remember. I don't even remember when it was, but I swore once, like 18 minutes in, and then I streamed again for like an hour, I think. I don't know. It was kind of like I already did genocide, so it was kind of just like, what's the word? Like repetitive, just like going back and forth till everything was dead, just to get like I don't know. Like not a lot of people were watching it either. Like it just wasn't that as great as I thought it would be. And there's also the like, oh, what counts as a swear word? Like crap, damn, hell, God. Like the line was pretty blurry.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Alright. It's tempting, but I'll turn it off. Oh. Lovely.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? He had won. He had
had?
defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
It is?
And
I feel
yet,
like it's not.
even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
I don't
How
know.
had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his
Exactly.
goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever
I feel
life
like there's
he
gonna be
lives,
a massive
it
jump
will
scare and
be
I'm gonna lose
his.
my shit.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps
not.
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
What if I just stayed here and didn't move? Will he get mad at me? Or will he just say nothing? What if I went back? What if I just chilled here for a second? I have loud footsteps. Alright, I don't think he's saying anything. Fine, I'll go step outside and touch grass. First time in my life.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
It's so freaking bright, I can't. My freaking eyes! How long is this white screen? Thank God. Trophy earned. Beat the game. Oh, okay. So we got a happy ending. We did it. We got a happy ending. Okay.
All of his
Now what do
co-workers
we
were
do?
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
Yet there was not a single person here
Oh, I
either.
guess I did.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What else can I do here? Anything over here? Executive bathroom. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life would be to have to pick just one. Extreme bathrooms. Interesting. Time. A mirror that doesn't work. Love that. How am I at 152 messages? It just jumped from like 100 to 152. I don't know how. Good job, YouTube. Okay. Well, anyways. What's in here? Elevator? Awesome boss photo up there. Can I can go even higher? Alright. Let's see where this leads, I guess. Oh, nice. We got the classic elevator music. Is that the narrator singing along? He just said ha-ra-pa-pa. Is that the narrator? Or is that just part of the song? And how long is this elevator? Jesus. What's he saying? What's he saying? Oh, did I not? I thought I pushed the button before. I guess I didn't. Okay. Wait a minute. Does it only go? I'm so confused. Okay. Well, actually take me somewhere now. I can't tell if it's going down or not. Wait a minute, didn't you have 803 subscribers? What? No? I wish I had 803 subscribers. Jesus Christ. No, I did not. 400 subs, let's go. I mean, I reached it a month ago. But, yeah. Let's go. Like, does it even take me anywhere? Like, this is the same spot as before. Is that just like a troll elevator where it just doesn't do anything? It just plays elevator music? Or am I just not waiting long enough? I don't know. Okay. Can I take anything from here?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
What if I put
what
the
could
code?
it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody.
What if I didn't put the code
He
in,
began
put it in
wildly
wrong?
tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
The elevator music was worth it.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
What if I put in like...
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Two, 845.
What if I just kept getting it wrong? Is there like a self-destruct thing or
But
something?
it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in.
Yay!
And the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Okay. Very secure. So, alright. Is there anything else over here? I'll just go back. Uh-oh. Alright, guess we're going downstairs again. Why does it say 209 messages? It is, tripping out. Like, no one sent any messages, so I don't know what's going on. How's everyone doing? I want to hear how everyone's day has been. Like, come on. Okay. Oh, whoa. Can I go up again?
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Really good? I'm glad, Caleb. You're getting a PS5 for Christmas? Hell yeah. Let's go.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Calm down. Are you still unopened? What if I went back down and then went up again?
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again.
Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this? Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
No.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator.
Yay, content!
I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Alright. Is he gonna... Uh-oh.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
Actually scared me for a second.
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
This is a great ending.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Oh my god. This is amazing. If sauce but show big size is show big size big. What?
All right.
Also, hello, Loon.
I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Alright, now let's go back down the elevator and then go up again and see how mad he gets.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator.
Yay!
How did I not anticipate it? I mean,
I'm on the
sure,
edge of my
now it's
seat.
obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before.
Exactly.
I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it.
Exactly.
That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is.
That's
a
what
breath
I'm
of fresh
saying.
air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown
Me when I
stale and
arrive.
repetitive.
How you doing, Loon? How are you doing? Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, I didn't. Yay! Elevator! Oh, it's not saying anything now. Oh, yeah.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize?
Uh-oh.
It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to
Exactly.
let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Oh my god.
There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They
I'm
want
so
big,
excited.
explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's
so
the trust
excited.
in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all
Yes.
because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over.
That's
Truly,
what I'm
I mean
saying.
it.
Yes.
This is unique and different. It's
It
not
is.
like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley.
Yeah.
I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you. So that
You
you can
have?
talk about your work and your storytelling and your life.
Also, welcome
yes,
back,
I know
Lucy.
you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have
How
been
was your
following
dinner?
you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave
How
a
long is this
tremendous
freaking
impact on
elevator?
them for the better.
Finally.
Oh, good.
Wait a
we're
minute.
here.
Wait a minute. This isn't the same elevator.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
This is new. World's healthiest human being. All tricks revealed. How we did it. The pyramids. Live. The guy who went to Mars. Why did you time out Caleb for 10 seconds? Where did he go? JK, I timed him for 10 seconds. I'm inside your house. Lies, I'm downstairs. Where the fuck you at? In your closet. Damn, okay. Alright. All eyes on Stanley, live on stage. This is great. An evening with world peace, baby. Huh.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
The Stanley Parable Stanley, tonight live on stage. Interesting. So, I see you're online. Want a VC? Loon 2024. In your car now? What the hell is going on in my chat? World's first sentient machine.
All right,
The attention
are
to
you
detail
ready?
of this game
I've
is
told them
awesome.
you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great.
Break a leg,
Just be
champ.
yourself
You're
and
boss.
speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley.
Remember where you
Okay,
came from?
it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
No one talks stories the way you do. Go get him, Tiger. Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. You are too cool. Good luck on stage. Rock on. Story. Stanley, me, age 6. What? Okay. Oh no, chickenese in my Barbie Jeep. You left some chicken in there, yummy. Okay, anyways, let's go on stage, I guess. I was not expecting this ending from taking an elevator a few times. I just realized I missed an opportunity to go back down that elevator that got me up here, but... Whoa! Here yay, here yay. Hello. Hi. So loud. Whoa. Oh. That was fun. Jake Paul walking out, be like, oh, I think I just broke something underneath my desk. I'm sure it's fine. Oh, that's the ending. All right. Wait, is it?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
That was an
simply missed a
interesting
memo.
ending. What if I didn't go to the meeting room? Awaiting input. Lies. New content.
Oh, new content?
What?
What does that mean, new content?
Mr. Beast going to Starbucks be like, new content? I need some of that. Ah! I'm scared. Where are you? Where is this taking me? Okay. Lovely.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Woo!
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yep.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Hell yeah.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
She's hungry for
Please
content.
step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful.
It is,
I'm very
quite.
excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's
Special
just the
last
beginning of a
attempt.
mesmerizing adventure.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Is this...
Is it broken?
Oh.
What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, here we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've
Woo!
never been more ready. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So excited.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm almost at 410. The jump circle. New
All right.
content.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Jumps remaining 36. Whoa! I can. It's only in that circle though. I have a limited amount though. Whoa, that's crazy. And the strangest jump I've ever seen. Okay. Maybe it's because I don't have legs. Kind of a bop. Son, make that a remix. Oh, I'm out of jumps. Alright. Chicken is the reason I keep going. If chicken wasn't here, I would be insane. How many jumps? 36.
Is that
Also,
it?
you're already insane.
Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I can only jump within that circle. I could only do it 36 times. Is that the way I came in? I don't think so.
Goodness.
Hi.
Another elevator.
Yeah, I love elevators.
I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
I
it's
love
just
it.
elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
I
If this
think
is
it
new
is.
content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell,
Exactly.
I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The
Yeah.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
What's up here? Thank you for enjoying the new
That's
content.
it? Oh, you've got to
Huh.
be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
As you
It's
should.
my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could
It's
never
okay.
have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No
Exactly.
frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Yes.
What do you say, friend?
Huh. Also, we're at 409 subscribers. Thank you, whoever subscribed. I really appreciate it. If you leave the game tab open for a really long time, like 10 years, it'll give you an achievement. I mean, I'm playing this on PlayStation, so that's not very possible. I think my house would burn down. But that's cool. I mean, has anyone actually done that? I mean, I guess it has been out for like 11 years. Oh. Wait, it's different.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
No. What if I just ignored him?
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well,
Fine.
fine. You're a... Oh, never mind. You're not a dog.
What if I went back again? Among Us vent. Welcome back, Sense, by the way. Is he gonna say anything?
When Stanley came to a set of
No!
two open doors,
Let me-
he entered the door on his left.
I forgot the door's closed behind me. Well, I guess I am a dork. I'm mad. I wanted to see what the new content was.
Yet there was not a single person
Or
here
was it an event?
either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Where even is the closet? Oh, I can't. I don't. Which closet? I don't know. I can't go back down. Anyways.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone?
Yes.
This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future?
Oh,
Alas,
bye,
it was
Liv.
not.
Thanks for
although
coming
this
in. I
keypad guarded
appreciate
the
it.
terrible secret of Stanley's past,
Have a good rest of
it
your day.
had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Two, 845.
Okay, if you okay again, go in the closet. It's right. Oh, it's right before the stairs. Okay.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in,
Yay.
and the door just opened all by itself.
As
and
it
Stanley
does.
got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
I'm gonna check the elevator another 800 times and see if I can push it even further than last time. Going back up.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Amazing. Is anyone still here in this room? Is there anything behind here? Whoa, where am I? Where am I? This is a mistake. Oh, never mind. I'm back.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly
Should
the way
play
it was before you
Deltarune.
got onto the
It's a
elevator.
kind of sequel to
It's still
Undertale.
just
It's
exactly
actually
what
better
it
in
is.
some ways. It's free too.
What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the
Is
office
it on
again. This has
PlayStation
fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm
Amazing.
bolted to the edge of my seat.
Alright, let's go back down.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and
on
going down
PlayStation.
again.
Awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep
Free for
coming up
Chapter
with
1
all
and
of
2,
this?
which are the only two out right now. 3 and 4 will be released together sometime in 25. Alright, so it's like a new thing.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
Nope. Onward!
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator.
This
I can't
narrator
even
needs
begin
a
to grapple with
raise.
what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Yay!
Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
That's crazy.
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this. Okay, I'm ready.
Good.
I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Yay! I'm pretty sure there's a bucket somewhere in the Stanley Parable that completely breaks the game. I don't know if if they patched it or not, but you can glitch with it. I don't know where it is though. Oh, okay. That's interesting. This is the like
All right,
full like
I
deluxe
have fully come
thing,
to terms with it.
like
I have
redone.
made space
So
in my worldview for this
if it was in
astonishing
the old
new
thing,
reality.
then it might be
As before,
patched
I
now.
turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
all right. Downwards, and then upwards again.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before.
Watch
I had
backseat
no
streams
frame
to
of
learn how to
reference
break every
even
game. He's a
anticipate
master
it.
game
That's
breaker. It's
just
so
how
funny.
revelatory
Awesome. All right.
Stanley's decision-making is a breath of fresh air
I'll
in a
watch it.
landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
I'm always 2 steps ahead. I don't know what I was doing. Anyways.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, I did not. Anyways.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment.
Yay.
Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
What was creepy? What are you
There
talking
we
about,
go.
Sans?
Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They
Yes.
want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters?
Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley.
Me too,
I want
me
to have
too.
to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed
Yes.
such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive.
I don't know what you're talking
Like you
about,
so much,
Sans.
Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know?
Yes,
People look
I
up
am.
to you. Which is why... Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you. So that you can
Yay.
talk about your work and your storytelling
And I want
and
to try
your
going
life.
back down the elevator
Yes, I
again.
know you're not much for the
If I
public
can.
eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
Yay. Now what if I went back? Oh, won't let. Oh, that's lame. Come on.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Let me see. This is actually different. I did this like a few minutes ago. I'm just trying to see if I can. Is this the ending no matter what? Can I like change anything
yes,
about it?
here it is, just through this door.
I don't think I can. Which sucks. Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great.
All right, are you
New
ready?
stage.
I've told
Welcome,
them you're going to
Stanley.
speak a little bit about
Stanley
the nature
Ryder.
of
My
surprise
last
in
name's
storytelling
Ryder? Huh.
and what it means to
Almonds,
craft
chair,
a truly
gun, table,
unpredictable
nut bar.
narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks
Where's
like they're
the
ready
way?
for you. Go get them.
Storyteller. Another mirror that doesn't reflect anything. I already read those last time. Anything? Nope. Just a rail there, can't get there. Up again, down again. The Stanley story. Not get knocked down. Right up again. Never gonna keep it down. I get knocked down. Right up again. Never gonna keep it down. Let's do it. Yeah! Woo! Bye. Can I leave? Wait, was there something in the distance that I had to like get to in time or something? I don't know. Well, I'll probably have that ending another 1,000 times. Okay, the vent's a thing again.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent.
It's gonna
I
trigger
want to
the
show you
response.
something. Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
I'm not a dork.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Yay. Coffee nut? Huh. End of... Is that a screwdriver? Okay. Whee! Whoa. Is that the end? Did I just die in the vent? I'm sorry. I'm not that sorry.
You remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new
Yay,
Ultra
light.
Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me
Yeah.
thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So
Yeah.
I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Alright.
Just our little secret.
Yay.
Take a look.
What is it? Whoa. Keep dry. Is this the outside?
I call it the Memory Zone.
The memory
It's
zone.
where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak
Telephone.
experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Okay.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity.
Yes, they
Back
did.
then, it all meant something.
It did.
Oh, the waste.
Well, this is a little depressing. Oh, the time says 2013. Huh. Stanley Parable. Mind control facility. The Stanley Parable. 2013. Maybe the bucket is here? Where would it be? The British Academy of Film and Television Arts awarded to Stanley Parable. Okay. Good times. Oh, 0 people watching. Love that. Smile because it happened. A trip down memory lane. The United States. Is this the first dollar they ever got? Stanley Parable. Begin the demo. Huh. Alright. Go outside. Don't play it for 5 years. Oh, is that an achievement? Don't play the game for 5 years? That's funny. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Huh. Lovely. British Academy of Film and Television Arts. Nominee. The Stanley Parable. Huh. Wow, they got lots of stuff. The New York Times. New video game releasing today. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Archers go from scandal to discourses. Colleges show uneven effort to enroll poor. Huh. Costs hinder new tack to achieve diversity. Business leader pushing election of council allies. 50% off designer hat, but a small creature owns the other half. Alright. Amazing. Los Angeles Times. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. I wish I could read all this. This is so peaceful.
Je suis dans la memory zone, seul sur la pluie des
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now, a lifeless husk.
with an hour of new elevator content.
Don't read any reviews except this one. Alright. How do you review a game like the Stanley Parable? Describe any one part of it to risk its ruin, to detail what it has to say about a game design and the stage of comparisons to close would be TS or how do you okay, I'm not reading all that. This is literally the back rooms. Top 10 memories from the Stanley Parable 2013. Person of the year. Why is it blurred up? The end is never. The end is never, ever the end is, okay.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Okay. Now where do I go?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
Uh-oh.
What's this? What's down here?
I'm scared. This is supposed to be a wholesome ending.
Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games.
No.
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Not recommended.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I'm back, Rose. Welcome back, Will.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
No.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
You're not.
Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it, well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Aw.
Like I let these people down.
You didn't let anyone
Perhaps
down.
the Stanley parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Another comment. Not recommended.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up.
No.
Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being,
pressing a button.
then by...
Oh, yeah.
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button.
The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works. Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before I went on about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is who runs pressurized gas will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with pressurized gas altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Should I press
think
it again?
The skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please.
I really want to.
Please do not press the skip button. Just wait here. Wait here for me.
Okay.
And don't press the skip button.
Okay, I
Got
can
it?
do that.
Yes, good. I'll be right back.
Good.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone, and that I had the power to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue. It's
Does
all
he
out of my
actually
control
talk
now.
for just like
Just
45
you.
minutes?
Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer.
Like, if I
to
just
leave me
sit
all
here,
alone. Surely you
like,
will.
does it
I don't
does
doubt
it just like loop
Surely
itself?
you'll press that button again.
Does it loop
leaving
itself,
me
or does
here.
it just
And surely
like
you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship. Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety, that you sit with me and just stay here. Oh, no, 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 I know you too well. You'll be leaving me. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get
Okay.
out of my head. I just couldn't ignore.
now they're
Oh,
it's
Stanley,
repeating.
you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to
The
talk to
lights are
again. Stanley,
wow.
I think it's been a week.
A week?
Or 2 weeks.
Oh god.
I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it.
How long is this ending? Oh my god.
Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without
Fine, I'll press
action
it.
or out.
Should I just sit here for like 5 hours and just let him yap about anything? Hello? Narrator? Is anyone there? Hello? Well, that's lovely.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then,
Yes.
he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words
what
that they
I'm
are speaking
saying.
into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being.
Is he quiet again? Oh, the clock's on the floor. And it's not working. Love that. Amazing. Okay then. This guy is running a yapathon. Yep. Yap.
The end is never the end, is
Oh my
never the
God.
end, is never the 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 end, is never.
Alright. Some trickling water. Amazing. Oh. Okay. That's nice. Did the narrator die or something? He hasn't talked in a couple. There's light. Can I go? I wish I had a jump circle right now. And I could get up here. Alright. Oh. Great, we got some vegetation. Where's the narrator? He hasn't said anything. Narrator? This is scary. I don't like this. Get me out of here. Hell no. No, I don't like this at all. We should have crawled off out of the roof and we had the chance. What happened here? Oh. Okay. Won't let me press it. Alright, we're free. But the narrator's gone, so what's the point? Oh my god. How long has it been? All because of one bad review, eh? Oh my goodness gracious. Narrator? You out there? This is really hurting my eyes. You out there? Hello? Narrator? Your voice. I miss it. Is that it? Huh. Well, that's a depressing ending. Damn, this game got deep. Go to the closet this time, please. Fine.
All of his co-workers
I
were
miss
gone.
his voice.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content. New content. I kind of want to go to the new content.
You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
What's the new content? Okay, but fine, I'll go to the closet first.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I guess I'll have to do the new content later then. I will on the stream soon, because, you know.
Yet there was not a single
been a
person
while.
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Here?
hoping he might find an answer there.
Alright.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Do I just stay in here?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna stay here, so
It
deal
was
with it.
baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet?
Thrilling
Standing
content.
around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What is going on?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
I'm not.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed in front of your screen. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
I'm moving though.
They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological
What if I walked out and then
vulnerabilities.
walked back in?
It's indicative of the
Can I do
long-term sustainability of your
Or will it
species.
close behind me?
Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway. Ah, you too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Please.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Anything set? Alright. Awesome. Can I restart? Alright. That was, interesting. Oh yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
After I
Stanley
explore this
decided
new
to go to the
content,
meeting
then I'm
room.
gonna end the
Perhaps he
stream.
had simply missed a memo.
Where is the new content thing? Oh, here it is. Oh, thanks for putting the new sub goal up. I appreciate it. And we're one away from the goal.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Awesome. Onward! Hopefully this doesn't take as long as the last one. I mean, I did stretch it out as long as possible because it was funny, but still. Okay. Now what? Is there another closet? Aw. Oh yay, an elevator. Another elevator.
You see, Stanley,
Content.
I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be.
Yeah.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So
Yes.
forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Oh yeah?
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever
I'm
the
scared.
Stanley Parable 2.
2? Whoa. The end is
Yes,
never
you
the
see,
end. Again.
isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up.
Taste the
Why, there are
sequel.
so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Yeah.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much...
Do you see my chat master about giving me credit for my thumbnail the next time you do the Undertale but no swearing stream? I just want to make sure you saw it. By the way, when you do no swearing Undertale again, if you use my thumbnail, can you credit me in the description? Doesn't really matter, I just want some credit. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I just edited the description now. For the
Catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Oh, great. Lovely. Such quality.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Oh, yeah.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Okay, why is Beat Sans an accomplishment in your description? I'm offended. I mean, it is an accomplishment. It took me like 8 freaking years. By 8 years, I mean like 8 streams.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The bucket. Is this the bucket? Is this it? Is this the thing that breaks the game? Please, no screenshots. I'm gonna take
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration.
I took a screenshot.
Like balloon. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Well. Great. Oh yeah. You think that's it? Alright, I don't know. Can I go back?
Or actually, maybe I should
Oh,
have
yeah,
gone
here
with...
we go.
No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Alright, after we get to an ending, I'm gonna end the stream.
A
This
common
has been
complaint
going on
of the
for a
Stanley
while.
Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Awesome.
You may
Give me
even
the
come
bucket.
to long for the gentle
can I
embrace
have it?
of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect
Let me
solution.
have a bucket.
Come on, give it a try.
Thank you.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in
Sure.
fact, Can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Thank you.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and
Yes.
more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Why is there a stool here? Anyways, is this the bucket?
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
How do I break the game with it? Oh, in the second game. Alright. 3 people watching. Hello. I don't know who the third person watching is, but welcome. Exclusive, the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Hear your name in the game. I'm skeptical about this one.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself,
So just when he's
what do
Stanley?
players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Road to the perfect button. Too big, too small, just right. I doubt I'm gonna hear my name. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Try here.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just
Alright.
play along. I promise you'll love it.
Alright.
Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply
Yep.
become a person named Jim.
I'm Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim,
I'm Jim.
falling in love and
I'm-
being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's
Jim.
possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
I'm Jim right now.
Then please step forward and press the button.
I'll press the button. Okay.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you!
It was.
Button described
It was
you.
me.
Do it again, do it again.
Okay.
Jim.
Oh my god.
It hits
That's
even harder
crazy.
the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
Yes.
Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Fine. Wait.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise,
No.
soon you'll
Jim,
start to lose
Jim,
all sense of who you
Jim,
actually
Jim.
are.
Jim.
No, come back. Okay. Anyways. This is so stupid. But it's amazing. But it's stupid. But it's amazing. Now what do I do? Is this the end? How do I make it end?
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
It would. Anyways, what's over here?
An epilogue would be
Epilogue.
fun, wouldn't it, Stanley?
It would.
Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Okay. This is a lot. Infinite hole for refill. Settings world champion. It's locked. Okay. free new plus easy trophy. It just works. Alright, I want an easy trophy. Pull the lever, receive your new trophy. No more steps, it just works. Get yours right now.
Now,
Alright, what could
here's
possibly
something
go
special.
wrong?
You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Where's the lever? Oh, over here?
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a
That's
wizard,
kinda
Stanley,
sad.
but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last
that's
satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Good. Good. Okay, well, I know this is kind of a strange place to end the stream because we didn't get to an ending, but I do gotta go. I've been streaming for 2 hours, but this game's been a lot of fun. I'm definitely gonna stream it more. I don't know how much more, but I'm gonna stream it more. Thanks for watching. Bye, Sans. And to anyone else. Okay. I'm so good at outros. Okay, bye.